mixed 4x4. I'm going to let
Oh
you go
man.
first. I'm going to let you go first, and then I will reveal what I think is the greatest mixed 4x4 prelim and final that has ever been created.
Oh,
You
you
know,
gonna put Grant Holloway on the? You gonna put Grant
Carl
Holloway on
Lewis
this one?
notoriously showed that this was a clown race because what are we doing here? But I'm
Yeah.
learning to embrace it, and entertainment value is going to be key for this because no matter what, USA is going to win. But I focus
That's not
purely
true.
on the entertainment value of
That's
this
not
four
true.
by
They got
four
bronze last
mixed
year.
4x4.
They got bronze
Yeah,
last year.
no,
It's not
but
true. Here are my
yeah, no, but
priorities.
okay, you go first.
Priority win slash get Allison Felix a gold. This is the first night of the competition. This is the story. Day one. Right? This is the send off. And yeah, it's happening in an unorthodox event, but most people want to see Felix go out on top, right? They want to see her with that gold medal performance. Number two, get as many other people gold medals as possible. That's my second priority. Because here's the thing, in the last two editions of this race, the prelim and the final were not on the same day. The fact that the prelim and the final are on the same day is going to help countries with a lot of depth, i.e., the United States. They got bronze in Tokyo. They had that mishap in the prelim the day before, DQ, and then reinstated, but they just got straight up beat by Poland and the Dominican Republic in the final. 309 has been the winning time the last two editions, so need to shoot for 308. So, prelim. I went with 7-8, 7-8, I think here. Williams, Stepter, Whitney, Turner. Now, I would make some adjustments if I knew some other people weren't going to be used in relays later on, but that's what I have prelim. Final. All right. I got two options here. I have the Hollywood version and I have the non-Hollywood version. The non-Hollywood version, Deadman, Allison Felix, Kennedy Simon, Vernon Norwood. I think you can get to 308, 309 right there, and you can get the win. They all come in fresh. They get the gold. Here's my Hollywood version. You want my Hollywood version?
Yeah.
Who would you say is the most beloved athlete in American track and field right now?
Uh, uh, there's a lot. I don't know. It's
The most. The most beloved
most
athlete in
beloved. I
American
mean,
track.
Allison Felix.
Correct.
Yeah.
Who do you think would want to share a gold medal moment on her final race with Allison Felix?
Who would want to share? I don't know.
Everybody is the answer.
Oh,
Literally everybody, if you grew up
okay.
watching Allison Felix, is going to want to share this moment. Am I wrong?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You're right. You're right.
Gordon, when does this final take place?
First night, evening.
Correct. Women's 400-meter heats aren't until day 3. Same with men's 400-meter heats, right?
Oh, I see where you're going from here. I see where you're going. Okay.
400-meter hurdles aren't even until later. The 800's not even until after that. What I'm saying is there's an opportunity, a space for one of those top tier athletes, one of these star athletes to say, listen, we got bronze last year. That's not happening this year. Not on my watch. The mixed 4x4 belongs to the United States. I'm going to make sure Allison Felix goes out on top. Forget running the 7-8 or the 5-6 here. I'm the number one person. Put me in, coach. I'm going to make sure Allison gets gold. Now, who is that person? Right? Could be Michael Norman. USC connection. I'm going to go
USC.
cruise a 44.5.
Allison Felix in the USC connection. Gotta love that.
She loves USC. She went to USC. USC student, Norman, USC student. Maybe it's Sydney. Maybe it's a thing Mo. Who knows? But I think it would be a cool plot twist for someone who is not in the normal mixed gender 4x4 pool to raise their hand and say, you know what? I'm just going to make sure we get this gold. I'm going to make sure Allison goes out on top. I'm going to cruise. I'm going to run 44 low or whatever, rest up
All right,
day
who's your
2,
team?
and I'm all good. I would put Norman on it.
Okay.
I think
And who are the other two?
I
What's the
doesn't even
team? Lay
matter.
it out.
Doesn't even
No,
matter.
you gotta tell me. Tell me the team.
Maybe there's a trickle
Just
down
get to the
effect
point.
where where someone raises their hand and then everybody else does it. I mean, I want to see Norman. I want to see a Thing Mo. I want to see Sydney McLaughlin. Or sorry, I want to see Norman. I know. Hold on. No, that's the
Two
twist.
women.
They go 3 women and 1 man. No, Norman. Let's go Norman, Norwood, Sydney, Allison.
If you're gonna go Hollywood, at least go all in. Why'd you throw Vernon Norwood on there?
Well, who's the other blockbuster men's 400 runner? Would it be Benjamin?
Okay, you going with Norwood? I'll tell you mine. You ready for mine?
Benjamin's got a
Benjamin would be
400
blocked.
hurdle heat the next day. Benjamin's got a 400 hurdle heat the next day, so he doesn't need to do it.
Kevin's imagining like a Dead Poets Society moment where everyone stands on the table and says, "I'll run, I'll do it, I'll be in the 4x4 relay."
No, it's like Rudy. You can have my spot, coach. I just think it would be cool. You don't want her going out with bronze on day 1 on the first ever U.S. champs in America in a relay that was basically built for the U.S. to get another medal. It's not a good look.
Okay, so I love your Hollywood angle, and I went blockbuster. I was like, this is a wild event. Let's keep it weird. Let's make it wild. So my mixed 4x4 prelim, I'm going with an all 200 meter lineup. Leg 1, Arian Knighton to Tamara Clark to Gabby Thomas to Noah Lyles. And you're saying, hey, these are 200 meter runners. They can't run a 4x4. Knighton, he split 45 seconds in a 4x4 this year. Noah Lyles, he can split 44, 43. Gabby Thomas has split 49 seconds in college. Tamara Clark, she can run a 51 at least. She's a sub 20, 200 meter runner. And so
That's your prelim?
This is a way for Knighton and Lyles to kind of join forces.
Than mine.
What's that?
This is your prelim? That's more ridiculous.
My prelim. It's an all 200 meter prelim. All 200 meter prelim. They're running the 200 later in the meet. They're good. They're going to be fresh. They got time.
Yeah.
So they're running an all 200 meter prelim. It's going to be cool because you get Knighton and Lyles to kind of share the track together after, a little bit of their finger pointing going down at USA's. This is a way for them to come together. It's a way for Gabby Thomas to get back on the track after, dealing with injuries. She's in the 4x1 pool, so she's eligible here for the 4x4. And then Tamara Clark. No one's talking about her, but she can split a fast, 400.
I'm treating the mixed gender 4x4 like a drama. You're treating it like a comedy. Come on, man.
No, this 4x4 team would qualify for the final. 1,000%.
Of course.
This is Fast and Furious. This is the Marvel's Avengers of the.
But wouldn't it be cool to see Knighton and Lyles Wouldn't it be cool to see Knighton and Lyles as teammates 100%. On day 1, and then as rivals on like day 4 or 5?
There's literally 0% chance of this happening. I want to hear your final now. What is your final?
Okay, so final.
Krauser.
Okay, final. I was like, okay. Because again, I want to be entertained. It's a mixed 4x4. Entertain me. Give me some entertainment. And I was like, all right, who's been entertaining lately on the track? This is what I got. So I'm going to throw it in there. I'm starting leadoff leg, Grant Holloway. And then we do the 800 special. We're talking Ajay Wilson and Raven Rogers. We know Raven Rogers can run a fast 4x4.
Yeah.
She's done it in college. She can split 49 seconds. Ajay Wilson, though, we have no idea. It is a complete unknown, which make it must-see television. We want to see what Ajay Wilson can do when she goes an all-out 400. We see her do the 1500s. We know she can run with the best of them at the 800-meter level. Ajay Wilson can easily split 50 seconds. And then he anchor with Fred freaking Curley, the original 400-meter man. And so Fred Curley can go for his, try to win 4 gold medals. He'll try to win the 4x4 mixed title, the 100 title, the 200 title, and the 4x1 title. Because Fred Curley should be the face of the meet. He's the fastest man in the world. Let this guy anchor the mixed 4x4. So we're going Grant Holloway, who will split 43, Ajay Wilson, who will split 50-0, Raven Rogers, who will split 49, and Fred Curley, who will split 43. And that's the most entertaining mixed 4x4 you can have.
I agree it'd be entertaining. It's funny. You'd think athletes would be clamoring to get on this relay because it's day one. It doesn't conflict with most events. There are some issues. Fred Curley would have the 100 that he'd have to worry about. So that would be a bold move. But just in general, wouldn't you want to have a higher medal count? Wouldn't you want your bio to say such and such is a blank time gold medalist? So you could just add another one there. Like, it is a weird part of track and field where we're basically saying, yeah, the 7th and 8th best people in the 400 are going to run this relay. That's just who it's going to be. We've turned the keys over to them.
You kind of like my 4x4 mixed 4x4, don't you? I don't like it.
But do
You just don't want
No,
to
it
admit
would be
publicly.
Oh, it'd be entertaining. It'd be entertaining. You get a split on people. I don't think people are going to run it in the midst of their other event. I thought I was going to come up with the most implausible mixed 4x4, but yours is way more out there. Do you like my idea though? Don't you think that'd be kind of cool?
Yeah, it would be cool. We're
It'd be a great
not going
story.
to get it, unfortunately, but it would be cool. It would be cool to have like the best of the best actually care about a global title, but right now they don't. And right now it's going to be the bench squad who most likely will be running for that title. But
Yeah.
hey, we can always dream. We can always have a 1-hour podcast contemplating everyone standing on their desks, Dead Poet Society style, and
Yeah.
or I am Spartacus moment for Allison Felix. I am Allison Felix. So
I just think one, the title is sort of in doubt, so it would secure the title. Two, if you're someone like Norman, it's a real big show of confidence. Like, I'm going to show up on day one. I'm going to run the anchor leg or wherever you need me. I'm going to win this thing, and then you're going to see me in 2 days, and I'm going to start dominating the 400. I'm going to put my fingerprints all over this global championship. Like, that would be a moment that you'd remember. Like, oh, remember that time? He didn't need to do it, but he went out and did it. He raised his hand and said, put me on the mixed 4x4 just to make sure the U.S. got gold. Again, this is it's not seen as a serious event, but I think it becomes serious in a way because it looks like it's going to be Felix's last race. And it's the only running event final on day one. So it's going to take on a little bit extra importance, which is the only final that night at all on the track. And if you have a sense of story, like, that's going to be the story on day one. The story on day one that people are going to write. People are going to come from all over the world to cover this meet. The story on day one is going to be the mixed 4x4, and it's going to be Allison Felix because she's going to be the biggest star in that event. Then you're going to move on and it's going to be the 100, and then it's going to be the women's 100, and then we're going to go on and on and on from there. But that's going to be the story of day one. So wanting to run the biggest event of that first night, I think it'd be pretty cool.
Question for you.
I don't think it'll be happen, but it'd be pretty cool.
I do think, obviously, you're right. The story's going to be Allison Felix in the mixed 4x4. Would USA TF try to get that Kodak moment, that finish line photo by putting Allison Felix on the anchor? Do they risk having the moment be, a man from another country running down Allison Felix in her final race? But you also have the moment of Allison Felix crossing the finish line and not standing on the sideline after running the second leg.
I think you got to keep it the order that everybody's settled into: man, woman, woman, man. And if you run her third, they should be out front because everybody's running that same pattern. You got it. The iconic photo is the gold photo. Her on the medal stand again with another gold medal. Do you think whoever's putting the relays together, do you think they'd say no to this idea if one of these top level people said, "Hey, I want to run it," do you think they'd be like, "No, we already promised that spot to the person who got 7th in the open quarter"?
No, they of
If
course
Sydney
say
wanted
no.
to run it, they don't say no, right?
No. I think though we need to get Arian Knighton on the phone and Noah Lyles,
I
and get them to run the mixed 4x4 prelim
I also
just
I
for my
think they need
entertainment
to
value.
I think they need to understand how losable this race is.
Losability, is that a word?
The
Losable.
losability index is high. They got bronze and they just got straight up beat. It wasn't a fluke. They got DQ'd and then reinstated into the final and then just got beat in the final. Because I think Dominican Republic ran their same 4 back to back. You got prelim and final the same day, and that's going to help the US. Poland swap some people in for the final, but they're deep. You got to get 309's been the marker. So if you go 45 45, 50 50, or 44 44, 51 51, that gets you there. But you can't really have a leg that is just, running a 52-second quarter or running, 45 high or something like that. Like you need quality here. Check in the chat. Thomas says, "Hey Kevin, most agencies athletes don't really want their clients to run a lot of relays." Yeah, I don't care what the agents want. Literally not my concern at all. I'm talking about them going out there and grabbing the spotlight for one of the few times attention's going to be on track and field. Race a lot, have fun. Relay splits don't get them a lane in Diamond League races. I mean, I think Michael Norman's going to get a lane in Diamond League race. Doesn't matter. I think McLaughlin is fine. This is more about making sure the U.S. wins.
People in the chat are very upset about me putting certain athletes on this 400. They're very, Gordon, what are you doing?
They wanted a serious one. See, here's the thing, and I get it.
Okay, the mixed 4x4 series. Okay, Vernon Norwood, Bryce Deadman, Kennedy Simon. Like, cool.
Yeah.
Fun. Let's have some fun. Let's put like the names people want to watch.
That's what I'm saying.
Entertainment.
Yeah,
I want to see Grant Holloway run a 400. I want to see Raven Rogers go back to the glory days of the Oregon and run a 4x4 like she did when she had the most epic 4x4, finish in Hayward Field. She could replicate that, in a mixed 4x4 final. I'm sorry for trying to be creative and have a little fun,
I'm with you. I think we need to expand our minds a little bit. Again, I don't think it's happening. I think you understand that it's not happening. This relay shouldn't exist. But if we're going to have it, make it fun.
Make it weird. Yeah.
This relay is just an inch better than not having any relay. And it's behind literally every other relay that you could think of. The 4x2 would be better. A 4x8, a DMR, an SMR. You could come up with a long list of relays that would be better than this relay. But if we're going to do it, have some fun. And if there's a gold medal to be won, go out there and win it.
Would you rather watch two 44-second guys and two 51-second women, or two 43-second guys and two 49-second women? I'll take the latter.
Yeah. I think, and it continues your streak of putting Grant Holloway on every single relay, or at least one relay per championship. I think in Tokyo, you put him on the 4x1. Doha, you put him on 4x4, maybe. You got to keep that streak going.
And now he's on the mixed 4x4. Kanye once said, "I'm being attacked for presenting new ideas." So just presenting new ideas, everybody. Just presenting new ideas. Take it or leave it. You'll watch it. You'll watch Fred Curley, Ajay Wilson handoff. I would watch that. Who would have thought the 100-meter runner and the 800-meter runner coming together? It'd be fun.
Mars Bars in the chat. If Gardner and Shanae are on it, it's a team that could beat them. Yeah, absolutely. We'll see once the rosters get put out there, and you don't know if each country's star athlete is going to run. But the U.S., in terms of depth alone, is so far ahead of every country in the 4x4. It's just a matter of that depth doesn't matter, though, once you get on the start line, because you've picked your two and their two, and you're not running against, what's your 16th best 400-meter runner of the year. So if you pick a bunch of 45-second people and they're rolling with 44s, you know how that's going to go. So again, it's not a guarantee. After Doha, I thought it was just basically the lock of all locks. US is always going to win mixed 4x4, and then it only took one championship for them to lose. So again, 309s won it twice, so they got to figure out how to, I think, aim for something in the 308 just to be 307 range just to be safe. All right, is that it?
That's
This
the
was did this
podcast.
live up to your expectations? You were really looking forward to this. Was this as fun as you thought it was going to be?
It did not live
Oh,
up to my high expect. All the times whenever you think
oh
something's going to be
no.
amazing, you see the
What
reviews on
happened?
Rotten Tomatoes, 98%, and then it turns out to be more like a 70% in your mind.
What
I had the kind of
happened?
same.
What happened? I thought it was
The
good.
chat wasn't on board with my all
Oh,
200
don't worry
meter
about the
mixed
chat.
4x4 prelim. They weren't on board with it. I thought they would be.
I think you can't judge it by just a couple people in the chat.
That's
Someone
a good
said
point.
Gordon Goat, all caps. This is a fun list, Gordon. Your name in all caps again.
Okay. I'm back
Thomas
in.
says,
I'm back in. It's a great pod.
I want to see Grant Holloway run the 400-meter hurdles, Gordon, all caps. So there's some
I do
positive
want to see that too.
comments.
That would be fun. I did think about trying to figure out a way like, all right, if you just put Michael Norman, Rye Benjamin, Michael Norman, Sin McLaughlin, a Thing Mo on this mixed relay 4x4, who's
Yeah.
like the slowest person you could find that would be fun to have on it?
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
would it be
that'd be
fun to put
good.
like a distance runner or something? Or even
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
thrower just to see like chaos? I thought about that. But
That's a good one, too.
who's the
Yeah,
one
you
distance runner you'd want to see in a 4x4? 1,500 meters and up.
well, Woody Kincaid, it's not fair because he's probably a 400-meter runner disguised as a 5,000-meter runner. He doesn't count.
Okay.
Let's
Yeah,
see. You talk on the
Gregoric,
men's side or women?
one for each. So Gregoric, Tier, Thompson, Bohr, Jaeger, Keeter, Fisher, Kincaid, Nur, Klecker, McGordy. And then you got the marathoners. Rupp. I want
Okay.
to see Rupp. I want to see Rupp in a 4x4. That would be fun.
Well, there you go.
Put Rupp
Because
on the mixed 4x4. That would be epic.
it's in Eugene. You go the hometown guy or Tier.
Tier would be good.
You get fans in the seats. Can Cooper hold on? That'd be the
That would be
hashtag.
fun.
Can Cooper hold on? And people pack the stands to see if Cooper Tier can run fast enough to bring the U.S. to gold. Yeah.
Then on the women's side, Sinclair Johnson, she'd probably be the fastest, right?
The fastest? Yeah. But you're talking about what's the most entertaining.
Most entertaining? Infeld, Schweizer, Craney, Monson, Rogers. Hell, let's
Schweizer's too fast.
Let's put Kira D'Amato. Let's do marathoners. I think these should be marathoners.
Only marathoners?
Yeah, Kira D'Amato and Galen Rupp as two of the legs on the mixed 4x4, and then you put it with Sidney McLaughlin and Michael Norman. That would be fun. The two fastest quarter milers with the two U.S. marathoners. I'm watching every last.
I think
lap.
you might need that. You might need more of a cushion there. Rory says put on 55-year-old Michael Johnson.
That'd be kind of cool. Put on
Yeah.
an alumni.
Legends.
Like, see, like we're so good, we can put in our retired athletes. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Eaton? It's in Eugene.
Yeah, Eaton. That'll be fun. Yeah, let's get Eaton on there. There's so many opportunities with a mixed 4x4 to just entertainment value.
Play to the home crowd.
Roofs.
I know.
So good.
It's like the U.S. gets 8th every year, but man, they put on an entertaining show.
Exactly.
Well, you should go one path or the other. Either go full-on entertainment or just crush everybody.
Yeah.
None of this in-between stuff, especially if it's on night one and you have most of the roster at your disposal.